Where the heck is PfSense, and why does it take me so long to upload new content? Let me explain why. Alright, now let me tell you where PfSense is right now. Actually, it's right over there. Why isn't it deployed? Why am I not using it yet? This is the reason why. It has to do with the way that Verizon is set up. Verizon is my internet service provider. I'm using one of their routers at the moment, and currently, apparently the way that Verizon's stuff works, I originally had the whole quantum setup where there was like one main DVR in one room and then satellite boxes throughout the rest of the place, but I no longer have that. I use a cable card in my storage device, and then those tuners on that card are now networked throughout the apartment. So I only have one device, and everything else goes through a PC somehow. And the way that their router is set up is it's not actually a cable modem, it's actually a router. They have another device set up somewhere else, and then the data is transmitted via coaxial cable to their router. And what that is for is it creates its own little network, like its own virtual private network, so that all the other boxes can work off of it. So that way you can record everything on one box, and then you could use another satellite box in another room to watch all the DVR content on there, and it goes through the network of that modem. That's how all of their quantum stuff works. So basically what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to hook up a modem to a modem. And, a router to a router. And the Verizon router and the PfSense router are basically fighting for a WAN address. And the Verizon router is winning since it's the first in the line. But what I can do, I don't need a coaxial cable going to a box. What I need to do is I need to get Verizon out here so they can run a standard RJ45, like a Cat5 or a Cat6 network cable from that other device up into the apartment. And then that'll plug directly into the PfSense router, and then from there to the rest of the internal network. And the Verizon router will have to go away. I won't even need it anymore. And it being the holidays, it's kind of hard to get Verizon out here to do that. Plus, for another reason, the reason that all my content takes so long to come out is there always seems to be something popping up. Like, for instance, it's the Verizon thing. I thought you'd plug it in and set it up. I have all the content recorded for installing and configuring PfSense. However, I can't log on to it because it's fighting for its address, and I can't use another computer to log into it and do it. So there is a setback with that. So now I have to wait for Verizon to come out and do its thing. Another good example is I just got two of these FTW GTX 1070 cards from EVGA. I have two of them. I'm gonna upload some content. Give my thoughts and opinions on these cards. We have both of them in SLI. I've got the high bandwidth bridge and everything from EVGA. But the thing I got and I got two water blocks, one for each from EK. But I didn't want to use their back plates because, for one thing, they're $40 each. And so I wanted to make my own back plates. I wanted to replace the EVGA back plate. It's just this little flimsy piece of aluminum, which doesn't really make a difference. A back plate is purely aesthetic anyway. So what I did was I got these two big pieces of aluminum, and I have the back plates all designed up in the CAD. The CAD and the CAM, all the tool pads and everything are all set and ready. And I was running an operation on the machine here. Basically all I was doing, I wasn't even putting it under a load. I was just doing a cleanup operation on the perimeter of the aluminum to make it clean. And all of a sudden, BAH! This big ass spark shot out of the router on the CNC machine, and the router just completely shut off. It wouldn't even turn on anymore. I took it all apart and to find out if it was something easy, like maybe I blew a capacitor or something like that, but it turned out to be a little bit more. This is called the stator, and this is your armature. This goes inside of here. They create an opposing electromagnetic field, which causes this to spin. Now, after taking it all apart and investigating, I don't know if you guys can see this in here, But right here and right here, the armature here somehow shorted out, which I don't see how this is possible because these are supposed to be, these are all insulated cables. But somehow it shorted out and it's basically exploded. So I need a new one of these, which is like $40 or $50 for a new one of these. I just figured it's not even worth it. I'm just going to get a new router. However, that falls into another dilemma of mine. Financials. So here's a little inside thing that not a lot of people know. A lot of the pro modders that you see, whether it be on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube itself, building these big ass computers are mostly not their primary source of income. Some of them do. Some of them are. They build computers and stuff like that for a living. But a lot of them, they also have something else going on. Whether they have, they work in an office, or they have their own IT company. They have a couple of clients, and they have another form of income. It's not just building a computer. I'm the same way. For about the past 13 years now, I've been a ASE certified master automotive technician. Been a mechanic. I've been fixing cars and stuff for over 13 years now, and that basically drew me into debt. It's 13 years later, and I'm still paying off a $32,000 student loan. I mean, come on, how good can the market be for an auto mechanic? But finally, that has changed. The thing that I've been talking about that's changed for the past couple of months now, as of July of this year, I'm now a GSE mechanic for American Airlines. I basically work on and fix all of their ground equipment. It's really fun, it's exciting, it's different, and it's hourly paid. It's not flat rate like a mechanic. Oh, there we go. How does a mechanic get paid? A mechanic gets paid what's called flat rate. Let's say, for example, we'll use a brake job as an example. Say a mechanic, they sell a brake job. That brake job, the labor time on that brake job is going to be, we'll just use 1 hour of labor time as an example. So that mechanic is going to get paid 1 hour to do those brakes, regardless of how long it takes him. If he's good, he'll get it done quick, and he'll get on to another job. If he sucks, he'll be slow, and then he'll be losing money, basically. But as a lot of people out there might know, getting your car fixed ain't cheap these days. It's expensive, and a lot of people don't have money to fix their cars. They either want the bare minimum, or they just don't want any work done because they simply can't afford it. So working as an auto mechanic, as a flat rate auto mechanic, is not very lucrative. Especially since I'm a certified master tech. I have an associate's degree in specialized technology. I have all these other credentials and things and experience and time, but I just wasn't making any money to finance any of this stuff. Everything is on credit cards. I mean, if you wanted an exact number, we're looking at about $30,000 in debt, including the student loans and credit cards. So I moved over there. So now American Airlines, it's a union job and it's hourly. So I'm actually starting to make some good, decent, steady flow of income. So I've been working a lot of hours there. I've been, I primarily work third shift, which I leave the house around 8 o'clock at night, and I don't get home till about 8:30 in the morning because it's about an hour away from me. But that's okay. If the money's good, I'll make the drive. So a lot of my time has been soaked up by the new job. So now I can, once I start getting myself caught up, I can start financing these other things. Like, for instance, the CNC machine. I need a new router. I want to get a Makita, upgrade the horsepower a little bit on that, so I can get back to work on that. Also, coming in 2017 I have a list of things that I want to do in 2017. So for 2017, one of the goals on my list is an all acrylic build. I've never built one before. I think it'd be really cool to do one. Have a coolant flowing around through all the little panels and side panels and everything like that. Another one of my followers, CO2 Inhaler, he's awesome. He's always got something positive to say. Thanks, man. But he's also working on one. I would really like you to get him to send me some pictures. Email cyberdensystems@gmail.com. Come on, man. Let's see that. But anyway, another one is a mineral oil PC. It's going to be a little bit different than all the other ones. I have a little twist I'm going to throw at it. You know, something that, as far as I can find, no one's ever done that before. So that's coming in 2017. Another one is an all wooden build with some, some epoxy coating of the wood. I was thinking nice, like cherry walnut or something like that. One of my other goals, a little far-fetched goals, is a phase changing. Not just the CPU, also 2 graphics cards. I've got experience with air conditioning. I know how the systems work. I can actually build my own air conditioning system, and I can have, the Freon. I can make, I can make an aluminum Freon block myself. So I think that'd be cool to find out what happens with that. I've also got the water-cooled server build, which is just kind of sitting there at the moment. The owner just finally got the last couple of components for that, so we're going to be putting that back together too. So those are pretty much my goals for 2017, and I guess that's going to sum it up for this video today, guys. I just wanted to give you a touch base with everybody, let everybody know what's going on, how things are going, and the status of some of the projects. I hope you guys have a very good holiday. I know I'm going to, so until next year, guys, down out.